everybody, this your girl CC Where It Begins magazine, and I have a special guest on the line with me today. I'm gonna let her introduce herself of who she is and what she does.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ebony Carter. I am the founder of the network Goddess. It is a platform where we celebrate, highlight, patronize, uplift, and we've curated a space where women can just come and be vulnerable and get the information that they need about just growing their business and growing themselves as professionals and just everything that we do on our day-to-day.
So, I mean, congratulations. But who or what motivated you to start this company?
So it came very natural. It was not something that I had a plan written out. I just kept finding myself in situations where, first of all, I'm surrounded by so many absolutely amazing women, just doing their thing, like being great at it. And it just came natural to me to just want to celebrate them and connect them. And it was at one point, a connection that I made, it just blossomed into something great. And my friends and my peers around me just kind of put it in me to, they planted the seed for me to, basically create the space so that we can all come together and make it a little more formal for us to find each other and be able to network with one another.
Okay. Well, tell us more about it. Like, what do y'all offer? What are some of the programs, or what are some of the things that y'all do to inspire, the youth and the women today?
So the network Goddess, the space, basically it is the benefit that you're gonna get from being a part of the network is having access to women who are basically vets in the game. They know what they're doing. They're going to give you best practices. You're going to receive mentorship. You're going to receive access to resources that you may not have or may not be familiar with or knowledgeable about. It's just basically an opportunity for you to be patronized by the people in the community. And a lot of times we find the issue where what I was getting a little annoyed with is people would say things like, well, I can't support because I don't know who to support. And so in a small city, you would hear that a lot. And I'm from Toledo, Ohio. In this small city, they would say, well, I don't know who to support, or I don't know where to go, or who does this. So I said, you know what? Well, this is no longer an excuse why we can't patronize one another. Let's put together a central location where everything that you need you can find in this central location. And if it's not there, then you can link up with somebody to tell you where it is. So just making sure that everybody's aware that there's a gap with small businesses, Black-owned businesses, specifically women-owned businesses. There's a gap, and in order for us to close this gap, we got to all be on the same page. We're putting our dollars there, so we close the gap.
Okay. Well, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Oh man, so this is another question. I keep getting this question. Everywhere, and not so much me myself, just the brand and what it stands for. That's what I want to see everywhere. Ebony Face doesn't have to be anywhere, honestly, but I want this idea to become contagious. I want everybody to think about patronizing and networking. And honestly, even if you choose not to patronize the business that's a part of this network, just to be able to celebrate that woman. And it's not, and let me be clear, the network Goddess is not just for Black women. It's for all women. That's just my focus, because if no one talks about the gap, then we'll never fill it. So I want for this, it to be everywhere, in the mouths of everyone, men, women, Black, white, whoever. And again, my face does not have to be on the billboard. It just, I want the idea to be blanketed everywhere. So that is an interesting question, because I just wanted to, it's endless. I think the sky is the limit.
Okay. Well, how do you define your purpose
How do I define my purpose?
in
Um,
life? Yeah.
I believe purpose is something that is God-given.
Mm.
And those lines were a little blurred for me because sometimes if you have not identified it, try to identify it or you try to define what it is you should be doing. But it just came so natural. I truly am dedicated and committed to the growth of businesses and women. Even if you're not, you could be a mom, but we all need just a mom. Like you may need support in that, you may need support from your community and being a parent. Maybe you're a parent. So I just felt that it was my job, or I found a purpose in making sure that something that came natural to me, just talking to people and loving on people and celebrating people. It's small and there's nothing unique about it, but that's what I do well. So I felt like that's my purpose, and I mean, purpose is not just defined by one thing that you do well, but I feel like the fruits of my labor, because I'm driven by my purpose, is what's going to really set what I'm doing apart. So I guess that's how I define
That
it.
defines it. Okay, okay. Well, as far as like goals and accomplishments, what has been one of your biggest accomplishments so far in your career or your life?
One of my biggest accomplishments, I don't think I've seen it yet. Honestly, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for um, the plan that God has for my life. And I just don't think that I've seen an accomplished big enough to celebrate. I mean, I pat myself a little bit on the back for small milestones, but I don't let it distract me because I feel like um, the big thing is yet to come.
Got you. Well, it's coming for you. I'm rooting for you.
Thank you.
But what about challenges? What has been the biggest challenge so far?
Um, Trying to erase generational mindsets. And
Mm.
specifically with the network God is just erasing that whole mindset that we can't work together. The one thing that I find the most challenging with this platform is there's a group of us who are eager to celebrate, but how often do we hear, I don't work with women, or women don't work together, and specifically Black women don't work together? That
Mhm.
is a cancerous mindset, and I feel like once we relearn and unteach all the things that are said to us, or all the stereotypes that we've perpetuated all this time, and we understand that it's okay to celebrate and there's enough room for us all to grow, then I think once I figure that out, if you find out or anybody else find out, let me know. But just erasing that mindset so that we can all kind of just like flourish in this space.
Mhm. Okay. Yes, I agree with you. I hear a lot of people that says, we all can't get along, we all can't work together, and I still trying to figure out why.
Yeah,
Why
why?
we
Why?
can't. Yeah, that's been, I think, maybe a top question for today, in the world. Because every time I get in a group or something, I'm like, why can't we work together?
Hmm.
But what's big? What's next for you? Do you have any upcoming projects or any upcoming events that you would like to share?
Well, I am always working on what's next. I do have um, a full-time career that takes a lot of my time, which is an extension um, into like what I love to do. But so I have to definitely sit down and brainstorm on the next big project. But definitely upcoming, we are finally ready to launch the website, start taking membership, start getting people introduced to one another, and basically honestly, it's not really this whole platform is not solely driven by just what I say and what I want to see done. Like, this is truly a space for us all to give input. So I want to get the input from the people in the network. I want to hear what the problems are. I want to hear how we can solve them. It's too much to always like have someone preaching at you. I'm not trying to sit and preach at people and tell them what they should or shouldn't be doing. I want them to tell me specifically what the issues are, how we can help. And so for me, that's what's next after this launch of my platform, the website. I want to get some feedback, some true feedback, some honest, vulnerable feedback as to how we can truly cultivate this space so that people are truly growing and being able to just express themselves and get the knowledge that they need.
Okay. So let me ask you, when do it launch? When is the date for everything to launch?
So it is supposed to launch this week. At the end of this week, it's supposed to launch, and I probably should talk to the amazing branding queen, Miss Tony Murphy, with Top Style Branding, because she has an exact date for me that I honestly, I know it was supposed to be by the end of this week, but probably no later than Tuesday of next week. If I didn't mishear her, I believe that is when we're expected to see it go live.
Okay. So what advice can you give to the next generation of us female leaders?
Just do it. Like, just do it. Whatever you feel like you want to do, just do it. And understand that true leadership, in my opinion, is not getting to the top and dwelling there alone. It's reaching back, pulling forward, and bringing people with you. So for our next generation of leadership, take the time to teach the person under you so that when your time comes to elevate, you have a foundation to push off from. And I think that's so important. The best leaders replace themselves with other leaders.
I love that. Okay. Well, how would you describe your future in 3 words? In 3 words, how would you describe it?
Blessed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say blessed, growth, and my future. Oh, you give me some good ones, girl. So she ain't give me these questions beforehand. Let me see. Definitely blessed, growth, and whew, that's good. That is good. I don't want to just throw something random out there. Let's see. Wealth. Why do we shy away from wealth? Like in my head, I'm like, girl, you want to be wealthy. But why do we shy away from that? I don't know. Wealth, in the next 3 years, I want to see growth. I know I'm going to be blessed because this is all governed by God. And I just want to see the fruits of my labor. I want to see wealth. So yeah.
I love it. I like to get a little personal when I'm on here, not too personal, but just some fun facts about yourself. So what's one fun fact about yourself?
I love to travel. So I last year, or maybe 2 years ago, got a chance to, one of my girlfriends literally just finger on the map, decided to go to Thailand. We went to Thailand and I ate a barbecue flavored scorpion.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's kind of fun. It's fun. It's an experience.
Wow.
So I'm on the edge. I'm a little bit of a daredevil.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. But since we're on traveling, out of all the places you've been to, what has been the most memorable one or your favorite?
Oh, that's a hard one. I think Thailand was definitely my most favorite place. I had such a good time. I let my friends talk me into getting on like one of those little scooter things, and we rode all up and down these hills throughout Thailand. I don't know what possessed us to do that. I ain't never rode a scooter. And then I had to learn to get in crazy Thailand traffic. It was nuts, but it was absolutely beautiful. The top of every hill, it was like it was breathtaking. And then all of a sudden, I was scared to death as we went down. But trucking on back up the hill, I would smile, and then I'm like scared and smiled, and I was scared. But it was an amazing experience.
Gotcha. So what are some of your other hobbies?
Oh, traveling, eating. um, Honestly, I'm such a family oriented woman. I think I have the most fun when I'm just chilling with family and friends. Honestly, like let's pull out the barbecue grill, let's get some spades going. Um, I'm a '90s R&B head. Like let's get the music
Okay.
going. And I mean, honestly, I'm so simple. That really would make me happy. If I'm not traveling, if I could be like just chilling with the family and friends with some spades game going, I'm good.
Okay, okay. And I got two more questions before we go into our little game that I do. But what is the best piece of advice that was ever given to you?
So I don't know how, it wasn't like a quote. It was, so when I was younger, I had a lady who was considered a mentor for me. She was assigned through my church, and she took me to um, St. Louis, and she bought me this beautiful teapot. And she came and visited me months later, and it was sitting on my shelf, untouched, collecting dust, still in the plastic. And she questioned, she said, why is it still like that? And I've always been taught, I grew up in a house where we had a white room and it was still plastic on the couch. And it's like, you don't touch that room. And so my mindset was, well, I want to make sure that it stays nice. And she told me, she looked at me and she said, well, how do you ever get to enjoy something that you think is so beautiful? Like you wanted it so bad. How do you ever get to enjoy it by just staring at it? It's not enough just to hold it. Like the true beauty in it is being able to experience it. And ever since then, I take the plastic off of everything, and I use the nice things that I want to buy, to have, whatever. So I just always think of that. I guess if I had to sum it up, it's just seizing the moment and enjoying the things that everybody else feel like they just want to have on display.
I like that. Yes, yes. I believe that too. I
Mm-hmm.
believe that. So my last question for you is that, what do you want to say right now to the audience and to your fans?
Um, stay tuned. Like take the ride with me, take the journey with me, because honestly, the benefit will be yours. This truly is something I'm excited about doing, and I it's not a trend for me. It's not something to be doing just to do. Like I truly believe that this is going to be a space where it's going to provide a launch pad for women to truly just blossom. And yeah, take the journey with me. I promise you, I will not let you down.
Okay, okay. Well, at the end of this, I love doing this little game trivia, whatever. I like to ask two questions for you. It's gonna be easy. So, the first question is: if you could trade places with one person for one day, who would it be and why?
I'm such a child. I mean, truly, the first person that came in my head is Michael Jackson.
Okay.
And
And why would you choose him?
it is no like prominent reason why. Like I could have been like Angela Davis, which I love her, but he just want to have fun, and I just want to have fun and live life like almost in a bubble, like not in a bubble, but I just want everybody to embrace the things that make them happy.
Yeah.
And I like, oh gosh, people gonna judge me. They gonna think, 'cause everybody got their idea about Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson. I'm obsessed with Michael Jackson. But I
Yes.
mean, I love that he embraced life and he did what made him happy. And regardless of what people think about him, he was unapologetically Michael Jackson. And I just want everybody to be unapologetically exactly who they are.
I love it. Okay. So my second one is what was your favorite concert that you ever been to?
The Michael Jackson concert.
That's why it's just Michael Jackson.
It wasn't even, this was after he passed away and they had sold them, like they had sold tickets and then they made it like a virtual thing. And so they did like the hologram. Like y'all would have thought that he was there. Like I was crying because in my head, that was the closest I was ever getting to Michael Jackson. So yes, that was and I've been to a lot of concerts, but that was my favorite.
Usually I do 2 questions, but I got another question for you. Since you come up with those 2 easy and the same answer was Michael Jackson. So the third question is going to be, if you could take 3 songs and make your life, what 3 songs would those be?
Oh, see, that's hard because I'm so bad with titles and songs. Like I love songs. Like it's crazy. Even I'm an R&B head, and I just like you ask me for a song and you sing it. I can tell you, I can sing all the words and don't even know who the artist is. That's so bad. Dang, you can't give me easier questions. No. Okay, 3 songs to tell you my life.
Or yeah, just kind of express your life. You know, like just any 3 songs that kind of stick out to you. That might stand out and be like.
Okay, so I love this song and I always sing it to myself. The Janelle Monáe song, and what is it? What's the title? It goes, she talking, oh my goodness, she's talking about how she was a kid and she didn't want to change herself. And what is that Janelle Monáe song? Come on, help me out, CC. What is it? It's the one she's talking about when she was in school, the boy, she cut off all her hair, and then somebody out there know what I'm talking about. She and I say it to myself all the time. See, this is what I'm saying. Like I hear it and I say all the words, but it's a Janelle Monáe song, and she just basically talking about embracing who she is. And somebody know what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, they saying it like that song. I can't even think of it.
Well, tell us why you picked that song.
Because she literally just like she's talking about who I keep trying to think of the words. She basically just talking about something. This is who I am. I like exactly who I am. I always knew I was this person, and regardless if you like me or not, I like me. So that's one. And then Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror.
Okay.
Because I think we have to stop and take a look at ourselves, you know, check ourselves. If more people will stop and check themselves, you won't have to have an attitude about somebody checking you. And then the third is I love all music. Okay, so people may not even know what this is, but it's by Charlie Puth. And it's called The Way I Am.
Okay.
And it's basically, it's kind of like the same, it's a reinforcement of the Janelle Monáe song, but he's basically just saying that you're gonna love me for who I am. Like you are going to fall in love with me. Like because of who I am and because I embrace who I am, either you're gonna like me or you're not, but you're gonna really like me because I'm kind of bomb. Like basically that's what he said. So those are
see, that wasn't so bad.
I'm so mad I can't think of that Janelle Monáe song. I really be sitting in the car just singing that song to myself. I can't think of it.
But before we get off, tell everybody where they can follow you.
Okay, so you can follow me on IG at the Network Goddess. That's work network NETWERK, the Network Goddess. And then you can also go to my landing page right now that is about to launch soon. Well, wait till Tuesday of next week, and it's just the Network Goddess. Okay,
Well,
and
I
it
definitely want to
is
say,
a subscription-based membership website.
awesome. I want to say congrats for, on your journey. Thanks for interviewing with us. I love your attitude, really. Positivity, that's number one that stood
Yeah.
out on me in this interview. And I think that everybody needs that person to push them to ask the questions why. And when you say you're doing it for the ladies, that's definitely an A+ for me. Because I think, when you say it's not just for us colored, it's for all ladies to join.
Right.
So that's a real blessing. I think we all need to stick together and not always separate each other. So definitely congratulations on that journey. Yeah, I just wanted to say congrats on everything, and have a blessed Tuesday.
Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy your day.
All right, you too.
Bye.
All right, have a good one.